Hey guys, welcome back to Good Talks with Nat. I'm your host, Nat. If you were here for episode 1, I just want to say thank you for being here and welcome back. And you already know around here, we have real, raw, unfiltered conversation about love, life, heartbreak, divorce, and everything in between. So wherever you're listening from, grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your wine, grab whatever you're sipping on, and let's have a good talk. I got my little cafecito. You know, I'm a Mexican girl. Last week, we talked about how the dream changed, about how little Natalie's dream wasn't what Natalie now's dream is. After I finished recording that episode, I realized in order for the dream to change, I had to let go of something. Obviously, I had to let go of something. My coffee is really good, sorry. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, because letting go is not easy, especially for me. I'm horrible at it. I don't know how to let people go. I don't know how to let situations go. I don't know how to let nothing go. I try to fight until the end, until I can't fight no more. And I know a lot of people are like this. I honestly, wholeheartedly think that letting go is one of the hardest challenges we all have. It's not easy. Not because we don't want peace, but because holding on to something that's normal for us is obviously safe, right? But we hold on to a lot. We hold on to people, we hold on to pain, we hold on to resentment, we hold on to guilt, we hold on to a lot of things that make it hard to let go. We even hold on to old versions of ourselves. We can't seem to let that part of our life go, right? And if I'm being completely honest, most of us are just trying to figure out how to do it, because everybody makes it seem like it's so easy. But of course, when you're older and have experiences, it seems that way, right? But when you're certain ages in life, it's not like that. Like me, when I was younger, there's a lot of things my family told me to let go or do this or do that or don't do this. But me being Natalie, I wanted to experience it for myself. And that's probably the worst thing I could have done. And now that I'm older, I try to give my cousins the same advice. And I also tell them, I know, you want to experience it, but just listen to me. I've already been through it. And then I know sometimes we think that we finally let go of whatever you're trying to let go of. And then boom. Something happens, a song, you drive by a restaurant, you go to a place, you're talking to somebody, like boom, it brings it all back, right? Some days like you feel like you're strong about it and you're over it. Some days it gets you on your feelings sometimes. Happens quite a bit, right? That's why I think it's so important that we give ourselves grace, because letting go is not easy, but we also got to remember it's not a competition. It's a journey. We got to remember it's a journey. We're all just going through a journey. When I was thinking about what to talk about on this episode, the question kept popping up like, what does letting go actually mean? What does it mean? What does it mean for you? I used to think it meant forgetting the situation. I used to think it meant acting like it never happened. It never existed, nothing, all of that. That was what letting go meant, right? I used to think it meant pretending that it didn't hurt me, it didn't bother me, and my emotions weren't involved. But I've learned throughout all the years of my life that letting go is saying and admitting, yes, it happened. Yes, it hurt. My feelings are hurt. But it doesn't define my entire life no more, right? I don't let it ruin my day. That's what letting go is to me now. With all the change in my life. When none of that happened, I wasn't grieving that. I wasn't just grieving about what happened. I was grieving the life I was supposed to have, that I wanted to have at a certain age, right? So it stung a little bit. People tell you to move on. People tell you everything happens for a reason. People tell you if it was meant to be yours, it would be yours. Yeah, all that's true. Of course, all that's true. And you learn that with time. But no one teaches you how to process it. No one teaches you how to go through it. No one tells you the setbacks, right? But what I've learned from all of that, different is not bad. Changing is not bad. It's needed. You need to change throughout life. You grow, you outgrow people, you outgrow situations. You just want more out of life. So you have to do different things to get that, right? Trust me. I've had to let go of friendships that I expected to last forever. Last October, was when I lost the friendship. Is it October? Maybe August. October. I lost the friendship that I thought this girl was my sister. When you talked about my sisters and my siblings, she was one of them. I didn't talk about her as a friend. That was my sister. And when I lost that took a lot on me, because letting go of a friendship that's been years, and you think of her as family, it's hard. I also had to let go of trying to control everything happening in my life. Because as we all know, it's not on your time, it's on God's time. I had to learn to let go of the mistakes I made. I had to live with it. Okay, I did it. Let's move on. That was hard sometimes, but I got through it, obviously. But I can honestly say, forgiving people is way easier for me than forgiving myself. Because I feel like I knew better. I expected me to know better, or move this way or move that way. And when I let myself down, it was hard to be like, it's okay, Nat. Just brush it off. You know what I mean? It's just, I feel like we're hard on ourselves. Looking in the mirror is harder than, and saying I'm sorry is harder than saying I forgive somebody. At least to me. I had to learn that I was carrying things that God didn't want me to carry forever, for my entire life. It was for a season, it was for a moment, and I should have left it there. And I didn't. And then that hit me that I don't know how many times I prayed for peace. I don't know how many times I prayed for just one more time, like, or if this person does this, I'm done. Or, like, I just want peace. I just want peace. Please just give me peace. Or show me 3 yellow cars and I'm done with that person. I don't know how many times I've done that. That is hilarious because I've done that a lot. I think my favorite prayer is, it never fails. I'm in the shower and I'm like, God, if they're not meant for me, remove them, right? And I've learned not to do that prayer as often because boom, they're gone. And it's crazy to think, but they're gone. And I'll be like, damn, I didn't mean that person, I don't know how many times it's been answered. But I had to sit back and think about that, because how many times have I or you asked God for a new season of life, but you're still holding on to the last one, or the one you're currently in? How often do we pray, just don't let me feel this, heal my heartbreak, heal whatever's going on in my life, but still crying and hurt over old wounds? And I honestly believe he can't fill you with more if you're still holding on to everything that you got going on. You can't ask for something new, but you don't want to let go of your old life. Does that make sense? Like, he's not going to overfill you with whatever situations. You have to learn to let go for another door to open. One door closes, one door opens, It makes sense. And sometimes we're asking him to pour into us, right? But our hands are super full. We have anger, we have resentment, we have sadness, we have so much that we're holding on to that's no longer meant for that season. And he can't move you to the next without you letting go of that. I feel like I repeated myself, but whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Maybe the blessing isn't being withheld. Maybe he's just simply asking us to make room. You want this? Make room for it. That doesn't mean letting go is easy, because it ain't. And we all know that. Well, I know that. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it takes weeks. Sometimes it takes years. And that's okay. Because it doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is you getting to that point. One of the biggest things I've learned is holding on to stuff that hurts you is not punishing nobody but yourself. And I think we hurt ourselves more than people hurt us, because we control our emotions, we control everything. And when our feelings get hurt, we spiral, right? Which sucks, because I'm known for it. I am famous for that. Yeah. But it punishes you. It punishes your joy. It punishes for you. It just punishes you as a person, right? You don't get time back. They don't care. The situation doesn't care. The person doesn't care. You're the one holding on to it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying your pain is not valid, because trust me, I know how that feels. I'm not saying you should ignore the feelings when it comes to all of that, because letting go is hard. As I keep saying, you feel it. You go through it. You go through every emotion. You send every text. You feel the way you need to feel. But you have to let it go once you feel it. You feel it all. But don't hold it in. Because if you hold it in, it doesn't work out well either. And maybe that's what letting go really is. It's not forgetting, it's not pretending, it's not acting like it didn't happen, but you're not letting it have the final say in your life, right? So before we end today's conversation, I have a question for you. Think about it, sit with it, and let me know, okay? The question is, what are you holding on to that keeps you from becoming the person you're meant to be? What is it? A relationship, a job, a friendship, a hobby? What is it? Sit with that. Think about it. Comment when you know on my Insta, on YouTube, on TikTok. Or it could be fear, shame, guilt, embarrassment. What do you feel like is keeping you in the place you are now and you don't think you're meant to be in that place? But whatever it is, I hope today is the day that you choose to loosen up your grip just a little bit. You don't have to let it all go overnight or in a blink of an eye. Every beautiful new season is born for that. Like, once you let that go and this happens, you're going to be like, this is everything I wanted, right? So with that being said, thank you for spending your day or your morning with me and your cafecita. And if this episode spoke to you, make sure to comment once again. But I'm going to leave you with one more question. And comment. I like your comments, guys. I can answer them in my next segment. It helps out a little bit. Here's my second question. What are you learning to let go of? I think for me, I'm learning to let go of like relationships, friendships, like when something goes bad, like for instance, me and Alexis getting a fight. I'm trying to let go of like that current situation. If that situation happened, I need to let it, if I'm going to continue to be her friend, I need to let it go. Like if I'm going to continue to be a friend, I tell her how I feel, I deal with it and let it go. And like letting the reason go if I forgave her. You know what I mean? Same thing in a relationship. Like if your boyfriend cheats on you and you're choosing to stay and choosing to be with him, you can't continue to throw that in his face, right? You have to let it go if you're choosing to stay because you're not going to move on. You're not going to grow. You have to, I don't want to say learn to live with it, but you kind of got to, all right, I'm choosing to stay with you. I'm going to let this go, but don't let it happen again. You know? That type of thing. Okay, but yeah, those are my two questions. What are you learning to let go of? And, sorry guys, what are you holding on to that's keeping you from becoming the person you're meant to be? So think about it, comment, write me on Instagram. But don't forget, guys, subscribe to Good Talks with Nat on YouTube. Sorry, that's my Bible. I gotta have my Bible on here. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, Good Talks with Nat. Follow on Instagram and TikTok, Real, Raw, and Unfiltered. But remember, letting go doesn't mean it didn't matter. It just simply means that you're not letting it define your life. You're not letting it control your emotions anymore. It happened and that's it. So give yourself grace, choose peace, continue to be happy, keep growing, and see y'all next Thursday right here on Good Talks with Nat. Love you. Bye.